Do it, lady. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Come on, music. Can do it. Doesn't want to do it. It is afternoon. Well, it's only 10:30 here in Western Canada. My music working again this morning. That's weird. "9:30 in BC, that's right. That is right. 2 seconds, y'all.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
Thanks, Tentaku, for subscribing. I appreciate you. And groceries and it is 18. Yeah, yesterday here it got up to 32 degrees. Oh, it was so warm. Sorry guys, I am just, 32 degrees in mid-September. It's too warm for words. What is Western Canada? Really? I feel like Montreal is about as far away from central Canada as the ocean by BC. It is the center of the world, correct. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to do it this way. Hi, Joe. Hey, Spooty Frog. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Alright, well, Spotify and YouTube and OBS don't want to talk this morning, but hello YouTube, welcome to the stream. My goal for the next couple days is to make it so everyone can see everyone chatting, but yes, we are on YouTube now, the number one question people have been asking me. Hello Amanda, and Irascible Atlantic, and Constance, and Gavin on YouTube, yay! I don't know how many of you caught last night, but hey Kyle. I was testing out some stuff. It was just a half an hour of me going, him? Hopefully lots of things are working this morning. How are we feeling? I was seeing some of the chats this morning. How are y'all doing? I did not go to bed after stream was done. I did not. Very stressed. Thanks, Gavin. I will DM you after. Shawarma. That's how you're feeling? Oh, puppy cuddling, that is also an excellent way to spend a day. Ooh, shawarma's so good. I haven't had good shawarma in so long. How many of you spent the whole morning looking at the news? Lurkin' workin'. Excellent. Ooh, that sounds so great, Gavin. I am a pumpkin spice girly. That is for sure. You had a horse to wrangle. I saw that neuropunk nonsense. There's no big news this morning. I'm just asking how y'all doing. It took a minute tops. That's good. You're doing great though. Okay, good. What news, Celtic? I don't know. The world's a little bit upside down and backwards right now. Just a little. Yeah, it is a lot of the States news. Freeland did resign. Yep, we covered that on Tuesday. You are correct. We do have a whole farm. I got a puppy. Anybody in here have a bird? Yeah, Amanda, that's fair. Amanda says she's trying to get her mind off American politics, but her brain keeps swirling around it. Yeah. Yeah, Moose, I feel you. You have 2 birds, Fierce Tuskers? That's right, you got all kinds of animals, don't you? And 4 snakes. Well, if Kiddo and hubby had their way, we would have 7 cats and 10 dogs. And if we had the space for it. We live on the main floor of a house. There is not enough space for that many animals. Yeah, Celtic, we're gonna chat about that this morning. 3 horses and a dog. You get to ride the horses at all, Neuropunk? Animal rescue. That sounds lovely. Hey, Badger Queen! Ugh, yeah, Kyle, it's a whole thing. I'll tell my one horse story. I have, my grandma has always been a horse girl. Always, always. She's always had horses, and, I went out with her once, and she's like, this horse is so tame. I'll put you right on bareback, we'll ride back to the barn, no big deal. I'm fairly certain that horse knew just how nervous I was, because the second I was on her back, I was on the ground. And that's the last time I rode a horse. Oh, Kyle. Yeah, I get it, y'all. I get the nervous, anxious, scared this morning, that's for sure. I started a little bit early this morning. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I'm sure you'll be able to hear it in my voice in about half an hour. But I've got a pretty wicked cold. So the plan is to sort of have some chats, and then I'm gonna have the world's greatest nap until I have to pick up Kiddo. You're allergic to horses? I have. So my secret whenever I get a cold is the Arizona green tea. Because it's green tea, it has honey in it. Green tea, honey, and ginseng. Hello, Fancy Fleep Flop. That is a fantastic name. I love it. Fleep Flop. That's amazing. Anyway, so it has, yeah, green tea, honey, and ginseng. And you know those really expensive, like, cold effects pills? Thank Fabully, I shall. I love it. Those fancy cold effects pills are mostly ginseng. So I heat it up, and I put it in a big mug, and then I drink it all day long. I swear by it. Yeah, Fierce Tuskers, exactly. Exactly. Kiddo has a birthday party this weekend, and I'm like, do I risk it? Because we gotta be healthy for my mom's wedding the following weekend. It's always a risk. Yep. Spiciest hot and sour soup. Ooh, that's a good call. Oh, Cadone. Oh, it's so scary. Did I find it? Yes, we did find a dress for, oh dear, for my mom's wedding. She is doing lots of fall colors, and she bought this gorgeous, long, like plain in the front and has like lacy sleeves. And then I found a dress, like a stark sagey green. Morning, Ninja Cupcake. But yeah. That's, things are all ready to go, hence your raging headache. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. I do have a few things to chat about this morning. Let's start with something that has nothing to do with everything going on in the States right now. And let's all have a collective eye roll at what the Conservatives tried to pull this week. Here we go. Whoop. There. And I've disappeared. Goodbye, me. There we go. Your eyes stayed rolled. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So this is Larry Brock, Member of Parliament for Brantford, Brant South, Six Nations. And he is on the Standing Committee for Justice and Human Rights and called a meeting for yesterday. Only problem with that, the Conservatives all showed up and claimed that the Liberals didn't. There we go. Let me know if you guys can hear.
This is the Conservative Justice Team. We are here in our room, ready to start a Justice Committee meeting. But colleagues, we're the only ones in this room. We don't have our Liberal chair. We have no Liberal members. We have no Bloc member. We were here, sent by Canadians to do a job. And that job is to fix a broken justice system. We're here, ready to work. I sent a letter to the chair yesterday asking for a meeting today because it is a regularly scheduled Justice Day. Crickets.
Only problem with that, just one small problem with that. No, it wasn't. It was not a regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting, in fact, was supposed to happen this morning. or this afternoon. And I just, like, yeah, just listening to the way that they're talking,
The conservative
like,
justice.
it's so fake.
Because custodial sentences are limited to 4 years. And where are the Liberals? Liberals are refusing to cooperate with us, and they refuse to engage in any meaningful reform. This is unacceptable.
Nope, they did not.
As Larry and Roman said, no one is here from the Liberal or Bloc to discuss. Today was the day already decided to have the Justice
Sure wasn't. It was scheduled for today.
Committee meeting. We are here to discuss the concerns of the people. We all know that how important the bail reform is for this country. We have seen chaos every single day. Shootings,
They should, Duncan Bot.
murders. Every single city is getting impacted by this kind of crimes. And Liberals are not here, Bloc is not here. We are ready to work for them. Unfortunately, they are not here. And we definitely going to work in the interest of the people of.
They're working real hard, guys. They're working real hard. They just forgot to check the schedule. Pausing and correcting. Yeah, it's a choice. Is that Andrew Lawton on the right? Shall we check? Sure looks like Andrew Lawton. There's a list. Hold on. I believe you're correct though, Joe. Ugh. Won't let me look. They didn't check the schedule. No, the meeting didn't get moved. Nothing. The meeting was scheduled for today, and the Conservatives thought it would be amazing to show up a day early and then claim that the Liberals didn't show. Yeah, John Martin, I can see that. Also, welcome. Just... They don't show up today yet. Yeah, nothing about today. Oh, here's Andrew Lawton. This is what we wanted. Yeah, our tax dollars at work. Anyway, it's
A
There was-
Justice Committee meeting.
Ooh. There was no meeting scheduled today. The first meeting of this committee is on Thursday. Whitfield! This is bullshit theater designed to make people angry, and we used to shame MPs who engaged in it. Yeah. Fair enough, today. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. May today is a little ill and just trying to survive the BS that's going on right now, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, Irascible Atlantic, it's not a great look, and they should absolutely have been, hello, some sort of repercussions for that, because it's just such a bizarre stunt to pull. Speaking of... Yeah, elemental, exactly. Exactly. Alright. May is having a May Day. Yeah. Alright, speaking of laws in order to prevent people from using symbols, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what your thoughts are on this. I'm really not real see Whitfield. I'm really not. The Liberal government is introducing new legislation to make it a crime to intentionally promote hatred against identifiable groups in public. Thanks. Using certain hate or terrorism-related symbols. A source within the government's plan says the change includes symbols associated with terrorist entities on Canada's list. If passed, for example, it would make it a crime for anyone to promote hatred against Jewish people using Hamas flags or swastika signs outside a synagogue. Yeah. Oh. The new bill is part of the government's promise to address a rise in hatred against Jewish and Muslim groups. Say they waited for too long because, yeah. Yeah, Elemental. This is, those types of vehicles are like a dime a dozen out here, too. It aims to cut the politics and red tape, preventing some hate propaganda charges from being laid. I don't know, Ash. What is the Hamas flag? I don't know that Googling Hamas flag is going to be a super great idea, but... like this. The proposed changes would remove the requirement, that prosecutors must get the provincial attorneys general consent to lay charges. So they are going to cut some of the red tape so that these charges can be laid more easily. There are 4 hate propaganda offenses: advocating genocide, public incitement of hatred, willfully promoting hatred, and willfully promoting anti-Semitism. Yep. He said the government would still allow for protests on issues that protesters feel are of great importance to the country, without compromising on the essential public safety imperative of addressing hate, not just at our religious institutions, but as it takes place in our communities across the board. Yeah. Oh, there's the flag. Make glorifying terror groups illegal. Gonna make it a crime to intentionally promote hatred against Jews, Muslims, and other groups by displaying symbols of terrorist groups. Promoting. Thanks. Yeah, so it would make it a crime to intimidate or obstruct someone at a place of worship, school, community center, or other places where Jews, Muslims, and members of the trans community or other identifiable groups gather. Interesting that they threw that in there. It's going to make it easier for the police to pursue charges for hate propaganda. The bill is designed to target hate towards specific groups. I love the vagueness of this. It's going to make this a really easy bill to enforce. Not. Oh yeah, no backfiring at all. This won't get misinterpreted. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so that I can still see the YouTube comments. The bill would establish buffer zones outside of these places to stop intimidation and harassment by protesters of people entering and leaving. Its wording is expected to be closely scrutinized by civil liberties advocates who have challenged this before. Yes, Booty Frog, that is correct. The definition of what amounts to intimidation is expected to be debated in the comments after the bill is presented. So this will be on Friday. So perhaps we shall have to poke our heads in tomorrow and see the debates. Because yeah, this is gonna be... They're gonna have to be so careful about how they present this and the wording. So they did throw members of the trans community in there. But what does that mean? Like, if people show up to drag readings with signs, are they going to be identified as a terrorist group? And what symbols would they have to be raising to be defined as a terrorist group? Or promoting it? Like, it's way too vague. Amanda says, I'm concerned that if it isn't really clearly defined, the law can be used to hinder freedom of expression and protest. Yeah. Yeah. Anything that makes it easier for police to pursue charges with this kind of stuff is a red flag. Yeah. Well, taters. Possible. But we will check in tomorrow and see how that goes. That would be nice at Ariel, wouldn't it? Would be nice. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's... What's the YouTube channel? It is... That should work. I'm sorry, that... Yeah. No, Lil Taters, we did not, but that is... Have you guys seen this? Alberta to become first province with mandatory citizenship markers. Could be now. I just had to Google it. So what's gonna happen is, in this little corner on our IDs, it's gonna tell people whether or not we're Canadian citizens. It's about protecting our democracy. Oh. Permanent residents and non-citizens living in Alberta will have no marker displayed on their card. Yep. Yep. Are you, the NDP Shadow Minister for Immigration said this UCP government has not been able to provide clarity on why the citizenship marker is necessary. Celtic, do you mean why do we have to show that we're Canadian on a piece of ID? Because your passport says Canadian on the very front. David Fraser called the move unprecedented. Provincial governments don't have jurisdiction to determine citizenship, or even, I would think, to give a binding opinion on whether or not you are a citizen. That's not really the provincial government's job. Yep, I know, Zidariel. Yeah, the police have the authority to ask for your license, but your citizenship status has nothing to do with your ability to drive a motor vehicle. At all. Service Alberta Minister Dale Nally said there will be no discrimination. Hey, Lady Blake Rose, thanks for the follow. There will be no discrimination because they're not putting the status of non-Canadians on there. What? Don't worry, guys. We're not declaring it. Hi, Cryogen. Thank you. So, she's claiming that this is going to help during elections so that only citizens can vote. That's what she's quote-unquote concerned about. Nally said the federal government was consulted, and they can't provide us with one single source of data that tells us who's Canadian, who's not. So in other words, the federal government can't determine if we're Canadian or not, therefore we have to put it on our Alberta IDs. Only citizens can currently vote. Yeah. Yeah, they are elemental. Oh, right. I forgot about this. Hi, Lucky Owl. Driver's licenses in Alberta will also have your healthcare card information. Because that's safe. Smith said there are 530,000 more healthcare numbers than people living in Alberta. The way AHS does it was just lacking security. So it's gonna help with security by putting your healthcare card on your ID. So if you lose your ID, not only is your identity compromised, but also your healthcare card. Like, it makes no sense. In the fall of 2026, we will now know who has Alberta healthcare cards because there won't be 500,000 fake ones. That's, yes, worried Wombat. What about the people who don't drive? I know the healthcare cards being that, like, flimsy piece of paper is garbage, but this is not the answer. Yep, Neuropond says sepsis. Yep. Yeah, you can get a provincial card in Alberta too. So it's actually illegal to laminate your card, your healthcare card. It has to be that really the piece of paper, and the paper has gotten worse, by the way. I had to get a new healthcare card because my other one, you couldn't even read it. It was literally disintegrated. And now this new one has disintegrated in like a year. I don't know, Ninja Cupcake. Yeah, they're paper. They're pieces of really, really not great paper. Like this. No, we don't. And like, this is close to what mine looks like after a year. Or this. Like, they don't hold up. Birth certificates are made out of much better material. Yeah. The birth certificates now are made of the same stuff as money. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Alberta. Yeah, the birth certificates are, you can't really see it on here, but they're now made out of the same thing as the money. Oh, that's not gonna let me see it now, is it? These are the old ones. Oh, that's Ontario. Doesn't hold up, just like Alberta's commitment to public health care. Yeah, when I had to get a new one issued when I got married. Amanda says, can you buy a plastic sleeve? Yes. But you have to take out your card every time you use it. So mine still has, like, it's just torn to shreds. Like, it doesn't look good. Anyway, that's the Alberta. They can't pay the teachers. They sure as heck can reprint new driver's licenses. They got the money for that. I believe you have to pay for a new one, is that right? No, it's free. You have to go into a registry office to replace it and fill out a form, but it is free. Yeah. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. I love this. That's a sound. So this is what it says. If you have lost or damaged your card, call, and if possible, have your healthcare number ready. Mm-hmm. I lost my pretty lights. Alright. Shall we talk about a sad story for good? Shall we do something positive? Alright. So hear me out. Because it doesn't start out happy. Are you showing the fur babies? Maybe. Maybe after. Let's do this first. Alright. Jerry of Ben & Jerry's is resigning.
Oh, biscuits.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to the Ben and Jerry's community, it's with the broken heart that I've decided I can no longer, in good conscience, and after 47 years, remain an employee of Ben and Jerry's. I'm resigning from the company, and it's not because I've lost my love, quite the opposite. When Unilever bought their company, they guaranteed that they could keep all of their what's the word I'm looking for? Or values. And basically the parent company said, sorry, you gotta stop talking about this stuff or else. And Jerry resigned. So this is a website that was created a while ago. So when the company was acquired by Unilever 25 years ago, they fought hard to make sure that the commitment was protected to retain the company's values and protect its commitment to social justice. That mission is now under threat. That mission is now under threat. In the last few years, the company has increasingly faced pressure and censorship to stay silent on issues from Gaza, marriage equality, indigenous rights, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Unilever is expected to remain a shareholder, and Magnum's leadership will be made of the same people. That's why we're on a mission to free them. This is to the board members that are over top of the company. When we founded them, we had a simple but radical idea: a business could thrive by making great products and standing up for progressive values. And they're asking to stand again as an independent company. There's Jerry of Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, Ninja Cupcake, that's correct. Starting with Ben and Jerry's stopped sales in Israeli settlements and occupied territories. Stopped selling its ice cream in Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem. They're inconsistent with their values. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that they want to do and that their parent company is not letting them do. We've been working to change it and have informed our licensee that we will not renew the license agreement when it expires. The UK firm that owned Ben & Jerry's says the decision was taken and announced by Ben & Jerry's, but it remained fully committed to maintaining a presence in Israel. It was quoted in the newspaper saying, "Global Ben & Jerry's decided to not renew the agreement with us. In light of our refusal to comply with their demand, we call on the Israeli government and consumers not to permit a boycott of Israel. Ice cream is not part of politics." Yeah. Magnum ice cream. Yeah, Ben & Jerry's is good people. The letter asks that Ben & Jerry itself be spun off to operate independently following several disputes over the years about its views on several issues, including criticism of President Donald Trump. They've been doing lots of good things, y'all. Yeah, did. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna. Cancel culture got Ben and Jerry's? No, a parent company said Ben and Jerry weren't allowed to have thoughts. Hi, Jamie Wallace. I am. Stargazer Vapor in the server made her for me. Yes, correct, Elemental. And if you really want to help, there's this website.
The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States.
House hippo time. Yeah, the owners are good people. Yeah, so it's not a great story in that he just had to resign because they weren't following his beliefs, but it is nice to know that there are still companies out there that are willing to hold on to what they believe in. That is for sure. You guys remember a few weeks ago, maybe more than that, when Trump went to Scotland? House hippos are great. Do you guys remember what happened when Donald Trump went to Scotland? We got to talk about it on my very first politics stream. You weren't supposed to remember. A lot of heckling. Yep. Yep. Bagpipes, correct. Bagpipes and a bald guy. Yeah. Well, it did have some funny moments, Jamie. You're absolutely correct. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scotland. Shooting at golf. Yeah. Well, Donald Trump is in London. Thanks, Neuropunk. And I believe the same group of people that did a lot of the stuff for Scotland managed to project this video of Trump and Epstein. Oh, sorry, not even that. Led by Donkey's image of Prince Andrew and Epstein onto Windsor Castle. Like, do you know how organized you have to be able to pull off something like that? Yeah. A 60-year-old man, a 36-year-old man, a 37-year-old man, and a 50-year-old man remain in custody. Right onto Windsor Castle. Yes, there was. Hi, Constance. Also that letter that came out last week. And I just like this, the amount of pomp and circumstance that happened. Oh, here's the banner. The amount of pomp and circumstance that happened when he got there. I just like this image. Is this not just an image of all that is wrong with the world? Like, this group is the same one that's responsible for this in front of Tesla. Yeah. Thousands of people gathered in Parliament Square for a rally against US President. It's not just organized groups, it's also just the public. You did get your wrenches back. Earlier on Wednesday, the Met Police's Deputy Associate Louise Putterfoot, which is a great name, said it would be another great busy day for officers. The protest came just days after Unite the Kingdom protest. This is great. They are old. I love this. Reverend Poppy Hughes came because of the teachings of Jesus. I love it. Jesus preached peace and compassion, and that's why I'm here, protesting Trump. I love it. Zoe Gardner says we want our government to show some backbone and have a little bit of pride and represent. Yeah, it is cute. I love it. A huge feeling of disgust at Donald Trump's politics in the UK. There was one Trump supporter. He was not having a good day. That is not the place for him to have been. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that that was a great reminder that we are not alone. You know, these world leaders think that they can keep doing what they're doing. Hey, rock and roll jams. And there are people all over the world trying to stand up for what is right. All right. The next story we're going to talk about is probably going to increase some of the anxieties that we're feeling. So we're all going to take a couple of collective deep breaths together and remember that we're still here. And that means that change is still possible. Because I'm sure a lot of you saw this last night. Yeah. What did he say that was so awful? During his Monday evening monologue, Kimmel said, Kimmel said that the MAGA movement was trying to score political points by trying to prove that Kirk's alleged killer was not one of its own. Which is the truth. The I don't know, is desperately trying to characterize this kid as anything other than one of them and doing everything that they can to score political points from it. And they shut his show down. Just for that. Yeah, Celtic, he should. Yep. Should be allowed. Sorry, y'all, my voice is going. Disney's ABC is taking them off. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show, the ratings challenge is cancelled. Kimmel has zero talent and even worse ratings than Colbert, if that's possible. Just, I don't understand how that man is allowed to be president. Yes, Rock and Roll Jams, he did, yeah. You know what? This morning, I was watching, I don't know how many of you watch Philip DeFranco's video on YouTube. He is from the States and he covers a lot of this type of news. Oh, I know, Morgan. And there are people that believe everything from this was organized by Israel, the shooting, all the way to it was organized by Ukraine and Russia. And yeah, I've looked at the text messages, yeah. Thanks, Jamie Wallace. I'm currently drinking warm honey tea. Yeah, Russia too. This is what Jimmy Kimmel put up on his social media. Instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it is horrible and monstrous to shoot another human? Period. I agree. On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all the children, parents, and innocents who fall victim to senseless gun violence. Yeah. They were waiting for an excuse. Stephen Colbert, who is another person that's getting taken off the internet, brings his Emmy to the Late Show and earns massive ovation. Shouts out Jimmy Kimmel, because Jimmy Kimmel put up a board saying that he's voting for Stephen to win the Emmy. Like, these are just guys, you know, helping each other out. And now he's been taken off the air. Stephen Colbert has been taken off the air. Being taken off the air. Kimmel erected a billboard at the high-traffic intersection of Santa Monica and Lachunga. Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? Protect John Oliver at all costs. Yeah. And don't we all need some humor? So they were prepping for their show last night, as normal when the call came in. Wanda Sykes was supposed to be on. They should, Morgan. The audience members are waiting outside. The whole thing is just... gone. Yeah, elemental, that's accurate too. I am going to take a quick break.
Lady.
Irk myself. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to take a quick break and rest my voice for a minute because I am losing it. And then we'll come back and chat for a little bit and go from there. I don't have my Be Right Back screen ready, so I'll just go to this one.
Do it, lady. Okay. Chug some water. That's okay, Moose. You can be heavy here. Sometimes you feel like I'm losing it with the alternate reality that seems to exist. So a lot of you know that I come from a very, I'm gonna be cross-eyed here, a very religious background, and there's a lot of people in my life that are very sad about the Kirk shooting, many that are organizing vigils. Manitoba had a humongous vigil the other day. And what I'm gonna say might sound a little strange, but they are just as scared as we are. That's the sad thing about this. Because we look at the media and see all the ways that our voices are being silenced. We're looking at the news and seeing all the legislations that are coming in. And the moderate folks on the right are looking at a man that held their values and is not here anymore. And the rhetoric that's being fed to them is that everyone who shared his beliefs is in great danger. You know? And we feel like we're in great danger. Yeah, Rick, myself, that's accurate. And I'm not saying that, you know, yeah, I don't know, I look at my old friends that are upset by this and scared and believe now that all of their free speech is being taken away. I'm not calling Kirk a moderate. I'm talking about the people, some of the people who followed him who were moderates. Because they do exist. And I look at my old friends and how scared they are. And I look at all of you wonderful people and see how scared you are. And it just, nobody wins here. Yeah, I'm not calling Kirk a moderate, to be very, very clear. You know, and it's scared people that make scary decisions. Yeah, John Martin, I can see that. And I want to be very clear. Charlie Kirk did not deserve to get shot. At all. His children don't deserve to grow up without a father. And I've been looking, I knew nothing about Charlie Kirk before this, I'll be completely honest. You know, I've heard his name. But I've been watching some of the quote-unquote debates he got into with kids. And, like, he did not let them speak. There was a whole lot of interrupting and making them look unintelligent. Yes, Blue Terry Teddy, that is the other thing. A lot of people who are defending him had no idea. Yeah, Celtic, we kind of talked about that on Tuesday. The amount of political support that he is getting all over the world. Like, our own House of Commons had a standing ovation for him. The flags in America are at half-mast. And for what? You know, I think we can look at him and say, I don't know, Celtic. We can look at a man like that and say he's harmful, he had harmful rhetoric, but he didn't deserve to die. However, he also doesn't deserve all of this crazy political... Yeah, Kalinar, that's it too. A moment of silence. Yep, sure. Who initiated it? You. Yeah, B22 Red, that's also accurate. The other thing that I don't understand is that earlier in question period, someone stood up and mentioned a soldier that passed away. Not a single person stood for that. Not one.
Much.
This is what happened yesterday.
Ideas that we disagree with and express views that may be offensive. This freedom can
No, they
be
haven't, Stu.
uncomfortable or even hurt, but silencing voices, whether for a moment or forever, is never the answer. We must protect a society where people can hold beliefs and share opinions without fear of losing their jobs, being censored, or worse. Charlie Kirk was an outspoken advocate for faith, family, and freedom. Many disagreed with him, some were offended. Tragically, on September 10th, he was assassinated in an attempt to silence his voice. But when has political violence ever been the solution? It destroys dialogue, it undermines democracy, and it breeds fear instead of understanding. True progress comes from persuasion, not intimidation. As we grapple with our personal response to this, may we be honorable in our actions. May we fiercely defend the right of our opponents to speak freely. And may we join our hearts with Charlie's family, his wife Erica, and his 2 young children. Rest in peace.
Yeah. He wasn't Canadian, yep. And we can agree that violence is not the answer and that we should let our opponents speak. But that standing ovation was just bizarre to watch. So, John Martin, that's part of what I'm talking about too. The people that I grew up with that are still actively in the church are concerned that this type of stuff is going to come directly against their faith. And specifically against their beliefs. Oh yeah, Celtic, it's a disaster. I'm sorry, John Martin, that's a hard place to be. Constance said he didn't stand for faith, family, and freedom. No, he did not. No, he did not. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I am a little bit low energy today. Just with all the stuff going on. Partially because they've been taught that everyone's trying to persecute them. Yes, cat sequentially. I could not agree more. I know we're all feeling heavy, and maybe this feels a little strange to do, but do any of you have moments of hope to share? We can talk about Kirk and the fallout and the things that are happening for days. There we go. There's a positive, Ninja Cupcake. You're raising 3 baby squirrels. I love that. We're Canadians. Yep, positive. Yes, me. Constance has a positive. Let's hear it.
Do it, lady.
Hey, Snake and Bake. Thanks for the follow. Jamie says, I'm learning chemistry and really enjoying getting back into school learning. Nice. There we go. We still have access to education. That's a big positive. Carney is going to officially recognize Palestine. Yep.
Do it, lady.
Hey, Stu. Yeah, that is the goal. That's the next thing, Morgan. Crappy section of road in Ottawa is getting a plan to improve. Hey, that's a positive. Nice. Oh, yes, Constance. Constance shared in the YouTube chat, just for those of you that can't see. My 15-year-old has been coming out as gender fluid to their friends at school, and everyone's being so accepting, and I'm so proud. Ugh. We send some love to Constance, because I know as a mama, that's... Yeah, Twitch app is not mobile friendly. Let's send some love to Constance. She is a fantastic mom who is so supportive of her 2 kiddos. And I'm just so grateful that your kiddo is being accepted. I know how hard that weighs on a mama's heart. You're watching a streamer sharing out a partner's work where the manager bought a bunch of chocolate bars for their kids to sell. And the kid asked, can we give the extras to the homeless? Oh, yeah, the kids will be okay. I hope so. You know, we are the generation that's currently in the thick of it. And we're gonna have to do some work.
Lady.
Love you, Constance. Your new job is going well and think it's going to be a much better fit. Yay! I love that. Love is inherent, hate is taught. Yeah. I love it, Morgan. That's awesome. Yeah, kids are gonna be okay, you know? Kids are gonna be okay. And that's what we're fighting for, right? That our loved ones, both now and the next generation, That and our right to party. Absolutely, Pim. Are you going to go to the Orca exhibit this weekend? Your new rental property manager to be more competent and fix your microwave. Yeah. My 5-year-old is my daily inspiration. He really is. Converting a PP voter to NDP faces. Hey, that's a good one, Zadaria. That is a great one. Partner got a year-long position after... Oh, that's amazing. I know how hard it is to get out of substitute teaching into teaching positions. Get all your KPIs. Nice. Nice, Pim. That's awesome. Hey, free lunch is great. Jamie from YouTube says, no matter what happens, there'll still be a tomorrow. It's everybody's job to make sure that tomorrow has the opportunity to be brighter than today. Came out years ago as trans to your grandma. She started crying. I was so surprised. Such an ally. All her friends were gay. I asked why, and she said, I must have done something to make you feel unsafe to tell me. No, I had to figure it out first. Oh, that's so sweet, Worried Wombat. I love that. Going camping. Very nice. Good chance to disconnect from all the stuff that's happening right now. Yeah. And I know that the positive stories don't fix all the stuff that's happening, but sometimes we need reminders. Yeah, I think most of us are Canadian in here. Is there anyone, well, anyone else? There are signs of a secure economy. There's an aluminum can factory planned to open in Chatham, Ontario. Stellantis announced last week they're bringing on a third shift. Nice. This is a Canadian stream, Work Myself. Where are you from? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but... I think Vapor might be still asleep. If you're ever in Thunder Bay, yell my name around town long enough and I'll come get you for a donut. Excellent. Montreal. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you guys see this morning that Quebec is now going to be the second province to charge for vaccines? COVID vaccines? Ugh. I don't know that I've ever been to Thunder Bay. I've lived all over Ontario. But the center of the world. Yeah.
Stretch those shoulders.
Okay, everybody stretch. Oh. Yeah, this is very similar what's happening in Alberta. It's free for those considered at risk, including groups. Because federal funding for the vaccines ended. then are correct. So, if I remember correctly, the Alberta one has a caveat for people who have depression. I might be able to use that to get a vaccine. Always the Fed's fault. Of course it is. Quebec's public health director said for people who are not considered at risk, there's not a great benefit to being... Yeah, I also disagree. Wouldn't that be nice, wandering in the forest? Easel's Boogaloo, yep. Alright, my wonderful friends. Yeah, exactly, Zadariel. Go ignore the science. Most of your friends in Quebec are against the vaccine and argue they don't need it. Count yourself lucky if you don't need it. And get it for someone else. I believe the flu vaccine is still covered, yep. I believe so. Yep, Zadariel, accurate. Want to share some stew? Because I'm falling asleep. Prevent the weird loophole where clinics can have private services for out of province. Yep. It is nap time. I think I'm gonna wrap stream here. There will likely be a cozy chatting stream, gaming stream at some point this weekend. And then next week the politics streams will be Monday, Wednesday again. Yeah. Monday, Wednesday for sure. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the follows and the new sub. 2 new subs on YouTube. I appreciate all of you a lot. Thanks, John Martin. What games do I play? Oy. I'm really excited to play Strange Antiquities. Thanks, Raceable Atlantic. Yeah. I play all kinds of stuff. Mostly cozy games, but also puzzles. Thank you everyone for being here. Much love. Goodbye. Are you ready for the cute ending frame?